Imagine a man who is not always available, not emotionally, not mentally, not energetically. He does not rush to reply. He does not rush to explain. He does not rush to prove. And because of this, people listen when he speaks. This is not arrogance. This is not manipulation. This is authority created by distance. In the modern world, availability is mistaken for kindness. Responsiveness is mistaken for strength. Accessibility is mistaken for value. But in reality, what is always available is rarely respected. Power begins where immediacy ends. Most people live in a constant state of exposure. Their thoughts are public. Their emotions are visible. Their time is open to interruption. They answer instantly, react immediately, engage compulsively. And without realizing it, they train the world to treat them as background noise. The disciplined individual does the opposite. He is present by choice, not by demand. Let us state something uncomfortable. If people can access you at any moment, they do not feel your absence. And if your absence is not felt, your presence is not valued. Distance creates contrast. Contrast creates gravity. This is why silence often carries more weight than speech. Consider how authority has always worked. Kings did not chase. Leaders did not beg. Masters did not explain everything. They spoke rarely, moved deliberately, and allowed space to do the work. The modern man has lost this instinct. He fills every silence, explains every decision, defends every boundary, and in doing so, he weakens them. Being unavailable does not mean being cold. It means being selective. Your attention is not free. Your energy is not infinite. Your time is not public property. The disciplined mind understands this. It chooses where to appear. Most people fear distance because they fear losing connection. But connection without respect becomes obligation, and obligation becomes resentment. The unavailable individual avoids this trap. He does not disappear to punish others. He withdraws to protect himself. Here is a rule few understand. The person who needs less interaction holds more power in every exchange. Need creates imbalance. When you need a response, you wait. When you need approval, you perform. When you need validation, you negotiate your integrity. The unavailable mind does none of this. Think about the moments when someone ignored you, not aggressively, not dramatically, just calmly unavailable. Notice what happened inside you. Curiosity, uncertainty, attention. Distance pulled your focus. That same mechanism works in every human interaction. This is why emotional unavailability is often mistaken for confidence, because confidence does not chase reassurance. It does not collapse under silence. It remains stable without feedback. Let us talk about emotional boundaries. Most people leak emotion constantly. They explain how they feel, justify why they reacted, seek agreement to stabilize themselves. The unavailable individual does not leak. He processes privately. This creates mystery, and mystery creates respect. Silence forces others to do the emotional labor. They wonder, they project, they fill the gaps. The disciplined individual allows this, not manipulatively, but naturally, because he does not feel the need to manage perceptions. Now let us speak about availability in time. Every yes costs something. Every interruption breaks momentum. Every unnecessary conversation fragments focus. The unavailable individual guards deep work fiercely. He does not answer immediately because he is building. He does not explain because results will explain later. This creates an important shift. People stop expecting instant access. They become intentional. They prepare before approaching. This reverses the power dynamic. There is a reason why rare individuals command rooms without effort. They are not loud. They are not frantic. They are not constantly present. Their energy is contained. Containment creates pressure. Pressure creates authority. Now let us destroy a common myth. Being unavailable does not make you lonely. Being over-available does. Because when you give too much access, people stop valuing the connection. The disciplined individual chooses depth over frequency. Observe nature. The sun does not chase attention. The mountain does not move closer to be admired. The ocean does not explain itself. Their presence is unquestioned. They are not always accessible, and therefore they are respected. Human psychology is no different. The more predictable you are, the easier you are to ignore. The more contained you are, the harder you are to replace. Being unavailable also strengthens self-respect. You stop explaining, stop justifying, stop reacting. And in that silence, your internal authority grows. Here is the paradox. When you stop trying to be understood by everyone, you become deeply understood by the right people. When you stop chasing connection, connection starts chasing you. The unavailable individual does not fear missing out, because he is building something internally. He understands that presence without purpose is distraction. Now consider this carefully. If you are always reachable, you are always interruptible. And an interruptible mind cannot dominate anything. Mastery requires long stretches of unbroken focus. Unavailable time creates excellence. This is why monks retreat, why thinkers isolate, why creators disappear, not to escape life, but to shape it. Let us talk about emotional availability. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world. Sharing too early cheapens meaning. The unavailable individual reveals slowly. This creates depth. Depth builds trust. Notice the strongest people you know. They do not overshare. They do not overreact. They do not overpromise. They allow silence to exist. And silence makes people lean in. Here is a powerful exercise. Delay responses. Not to manipulate, but to regain sovereignty. Respond when centered, not when stimulated. This single habit changes everything. When you stop reacting immediately, you reclaim choice. Choice is freedom. Freedom is power. As this lesson settles, remember this: availability is a currency. Spend it intentionally. Distance is not rejection. Distance is self-respect in motion. The goal is not to disappear. The goal is to become non-compulsive. You show up when it matters. You speak when it counts. You withdraw when necessary. In the end, understand this. The world cannot drain what it cannot constantly access, and the man who controls access to himself controls the game. Your power increases as your availability decreases, not because you become cold, but because you become sovereign. And sovereignty is the rarest trait of all. Most people believe power comes from presence, from being seen, from being heard, from being involved. This belief keeps them trapped. True power comes from controlled absence. When you are not always there, your presence gains meaning. When you are not always available, your words gain weight. The undisciplined man is everywhere, in every conversation, in every conflict, in every emotional exchange, and because he is everywhere, he is nowhere important. The disciplined man is rare, and rarity changes perception instantly. Let us speak about social gravity. People are drawn toward what they cannot fully access. This is not strategy. This is psychology. The mind assigns value based on scarcity. If your attention is scarce, it becomes valuable. If your approval is rare, it becomes meaningful. This is why silence creates tension, not negative tension, curiosity tension. The human mind hates unfinished stories. Silence creates one. When you stop explaining yourself, people begin explaining you. They assume depth, they assume intention, they assume strength. Over-explanation kills authority. Silence protects it. Now let us discuss emotional availability. Most people hand out emotional access immediately. They vent, they confess, they reveal. They believe vulnerability creates connection. But vulnerability without boundaries creates exposure. Exposure invites judgment. Judgment weakens presence. The unavailable individual reveals slowly, layer by layer, not because he is hiding, but because he respects the weight of intimacy. Depth must be earned. Here is a principle the disciplined mind lives by. Not everyone deserves your inner world. Some people earn proximity. Some earn conversation. Very few earn access. When you give everyone access, your inner world becomes noisy. Noise kills clarity. Clarity is power. Let us talk about reactivity. The world trains you to respond instantly. Messages, notifications, expectations. Instant response feels polite, but it trains dependence. You teach others that your time is interruptible. The unavailable individual breaks this cycle. He responds when aligned, not when stimulated. This single habit restores dominance over one's life. Silence after provocation is especially powerful. It creates imbalance. The other person expects reaction. When none comes, they lose footing. They begin to question themselves. This is not manipulation. This is emotional self-control. You refuse to dance to someone else's rhythm. Now consider conflict. Most conflicts escalate because of speed. Words spoken too fast. Emotion expressed too early. The unavailable mind slows everything down. Delay creates perspective. Perspective dissolves conflict. A calm pause can dismantle aggression, because aggression feeds on reaction. Without fuel, it dies. Let us examine status. High-status individuals do not rush. They do not over-apologize. They do not over-justify. They assume their position, and assumption creates reality. When you act as if your time is valuable, others begin treating it that way. When you act as if your attention is limited, others become intentional. This is why availability shapes behavior, not just yours, but everyone else's around you. Now let us speak about mental independence. The unavailable mind does not seek constant stimulation. It can sit in silence. Silence reveals internal strength. Most people avoid silence because silence exposes emptiness. The disciplined mind has something inside. This is why solitude strengthens power. You become comfortable without external validation. Comfort without validation is freedom. Freedom is dominance over self. The unavailable individual is not bored easily. He does not need constant novelty. This allows him to build long-term mastery. Mastery requires patience. Patience requires inner stability. Let us talk about respect. Respect does not come from being liked. It comes from being consistent and unmoved. When people see that emotions do not control you, they adjust their behavior around you. They stop testing boundaries, they stop pushing, they sense firmness. This is why disciplined individuals rarely need to assert authority. Their presence asserts it for them. Another uncomfortable truth: if you are always trying to be understood, you are operating from weakness. Strong individuals let misunderstanding exist because results speak louder than clarification. Being unavailable also removes you from drama. Drama requires engagement. Silence starves it. The unavailable mind stays clean. Now let us address identity. The unavailable individual is not defined by reaction. He does not let others dictate who he is. He chooses his responses deliberately. This creates coherence. Coherence creates confidence. Confidence is quiet. Insecurity is loud. Remember that. The world is addicted to noise, opinions, arguments, outrage. The unavailable individual steps out of this economy. He does not trade attention for validation. This creates an advantage few recognize. While others burn energy reacting, he compounds energy building. Let us speak about discipline and access. Discipline is the ability to say no without explanation. Explanation invites negotiation. Negotiation weakens boundaries. A simple no protects time. Protected time creates progress. Progress builds authority. Now understand this deeply. Your availability trains people how to treat you. If you tolerate interruption, you invite disrespect. If you guard focus, you command it. The unavailable individual becomes unpredictable, not emotionally unstable, but strategically unreadable. Unpredictability creates respect. People cannot manipulate what they cannot anticipate. This is another form of power. As we move deeper, consider this. Most people fear being forgotten. The unavailable individual fears being diluted. Dilution destroys impact. Quality over quantity. Depth over noise. Presence over exposure. This mindset changes everything. Work improves. Relationships stabilize. Mental clarity sharpens. You stop chasing meaning. Meaning follows structure. One final principle: availability is not generosity. Boundaries are, because boundaries protect what matters. As this session concludes, internalize this. You do not need to disappear. You need to reclaim control. Control over time. Control over energy. Control over access. When you stop being immediately available, you stop being immediately consumed. And in that space, your power returns. Distance creates clarity. Clarity creates authority. Authority creates influence, not through force, but through presence. The man who controls access to himself controls the direction of his life. And once you understand this, you are no longer available for chaos. You are available only for purpose. There is a reason why most people feel invisible, not unseen, but ineffective. They speak, but nothing changes. They react, but nothing moves. They try harder, yet remain in the same place. This is not bad luck. This is lack of internal leverage. Leverage does not come from effort. It comes from position. And position is psychological before it is social. The unavailable mind occupies a higher position, not because it dominates others, but because it is not dominated by circumstance. Let us examine why people try to provoke you. Provocation is not about you. It is about them seeking regulation. They are unstable. They want to offload emotion. They want reaction to calm themselves. When you refuse to react, they are forced to sit with themselves. This is uncomfortable, and discomfort exposes weakness. The disciplined mind does not rescue others from their emotions. It allows reality to educate them. Now understand this clearly. You are not required to absorb what others cannot process. Emotional responsibility is personal. Most people live as emotional dumpsters. They collect stress, complaints, frustration, then wonder why they feel heavy. The unavailable individual rejects this role. This alone restores clarity. Clarity restores momentum. Momentum restores confidence. Now let us speak about self-image. Your mind constantly asks one question: who am I based on my behavior? If you behave reactively, you become reactive. If you behave calmly under pressure, you become powerful. Identity follows action, not intention. This is why discipline must be behavioral, not motivational. Motivation fades. Behavior compounds. Every time you do not react, you reinforce a new identity. I am someone who is not shaken. This identity stabilizes everything. Let us talk about pressure environments. High-stakes situations do not require intelligence. They require emotional regulation. The smartest person in the room loses if their nervous system collapses. Calm individuals think in straight lines. Reactive individuals think in spirals. The unavailable mind stays linear. Problem, solution, execution. No emotional detours, no self-talk loops, no justification narratives. Now consider authority in silence. Authority is not claimed. It is assumed. Those who assume authority do not rush to convince. They let reality align. This is why leaders speak less. They do not need to fill space. Space already listens. Let us discuss delayed response as a weapon. Delay removes emotion from decision-making. Emotion biases judgment. Time purifies it. When you delay response, impulsive people expose themselves. Manipulators lose timing, aggressors lose momentum. Delay shifts control. This is not avoidance. It is strategic patience. Now let us address inner noise. Inner noise comes from unfinished emotional loops: regret, resentment, anticipation, fear. The disciplined mind closes loops intentionally. How? By refusing rumination. Rumination feels productive. It is not. It is emotional chewing. The unavailable individual notices thought and lets it pass. No engagement, no argument. This frees mental bandwidth. Bandwidth is power. Now understand something uncomfortable. Most people are mentally poor, not because they lack intelligence, but because their attention is fragmented. The unavailable mind consolidates attention. This creates depth. Depth creates mastery. Mastery creates independence. Now let us speak about respect in relationships. Over-availability destroys polarity. When someone is always available, they are unconsciously devalued. Scarcity restores balance. This applies to friendships, work, romance, leadership. Availability must be earned. Now let us talk about emotional posture. Your posture is not physical, it is psychological. Do you lean forward emotionally, or do you remain centered? Those who lean forward seek approval. Those who remain centered project stability. The unavailable individual does not chase emotional outcomes. They let outcomes emerge. This creates something rare: non-neediness. Non-neediness is magnetic. People trust those who do not need them, because need distorts intention. Now consider long-term dominance. Short-term dominance comes from aggression. Long-term dominance comes from consistency. The disciplined mind does not spike. It compounds. Small actions, daily, unemotional. This is why discipline outlasts talent. Talent burns bright. Discipline burns forever. Now let us confront ego. Ego wants to win now. Discipline wants to win always. Ego reacts to insult. Discipline ignores it. Why? Because ego seeks immediate relief. Discipline seeks strategic position. Every ignored insult weakens the attacker. Every reaction strengthens them. This is why silence is not weakness. It is starvation. Now let us speak about internal certainty. Certainty is not arrogance. It is alignment between thought and action. When you do what you say you will do, even privately, you build self-trust. Self-trust replaces validation. The unavailable individual trusts himself. This trust radiates outward. Others sense it. This is why disciplined people are rarely questioned, not because they are intimidating, but because they are coherent. Coherence creates authority. Now let us examine why most people fail to change. They try to change feelings. Instead of changing behavior, change behavior first. Feelings follow. Do not wait to feel calm. Act calmly. Calm arrives later. This is discipline. Now we arrive at the core truth. The unavailable mind is not cold. It is centered. It does not withdraw from life. It refuses to be pulled. Pulled by drama. Pulled by urgency. Pulled by expectation. This creates sovereignty. Sovereignty over self. And self-sovereignty is the highest form of power. As this session nears completion, integrate this. You are not here to be consumed. You are here to build, to create, to move deliberately. The world will test your availability. Let it. Each test strengthens boundaries. Eventually, something shifts. People stop demanding. They start respecting. And one day you realize nothing external controls your inner state. That is freedom. The world cannot disturb what does not respond. And once you master this, you are no longer reacting to life. You are directing it. At a certain point, discipline stops feeling like effort and starts feeling like identity. You are no longer trying to be unavailable. You simply are. This is where most people fail to follow you, because identity level change is invisible from the outside. There is no announcement, no dramatic shift, no applause, only consistency. The unavailable individual does not explain his transformation. He lets others experience it. Now let us examine why people lose power over time. Not suddenly, gradually. They explain too much, react too fast, compromise too often. Each small concession seems harmless. Together they erode authority. The disciplined mind understands erosion, and it prevents it early. Authority is not built by grand gestures. It is protected by small refusals. refusing to engage in pointless debate, refusing to answer immediately, refusing to justify boundaries. These refusals are quiet, but they accumulate. Accumulated restraint becomes presence. Presence becomes influence. Now let us speak about inner silence, not the absence of sound, but the absence of internal commentary. Most minds never stop talking, judging, replaying, anticipating. This constant narration creates fatigue. The unavailable mind reduces commentary. It observes more than it interprets. Observation without interpretation is one of the highest forms of control. When you stop narrating every experience, emotion loses its grip. Thoughts pass. Situations resolve themselves. This silence is not emptiness. It is space. And space allows precision. Precision in speech. Precision in action. Precision in decision. Now consider how people manipulate each other. They rush timing. They provoke urgency. They create emotional deadlines. Answer now. Decide now. React now. The unavailable mind does not accept artificial urgency. Urgency without consequence is manipulation. By slowing down, you dismantle pressure. Pressure relies on momentum. When momentum stops, pressure collapses. This is why calm people win negotiations. They do not mirror energy. They let the other side exhaust itself. Now let us speak about self-respect. Self-respect is not self-love, it is self-trust. Do you trust yourself to remain composed when challenged? To delay gratification? To stand alone if necessary? Every time you do, self-trust increases, and self-trust replaces fear. Fear is the main reason people over-explain. They fear being misunderstood. They fear losing approval. They fear conflict. The unavailable individual accepts misunderstanding, because understanding is not required for integrity. Integrity stands alone. Now examine the role of boredom. Most people fear boredom. They fill it with noise, content, drama, stimulation. Boredom is not emptiness. It is a threshold. Cross it, and depth appears. The unavailable mind allows boredom, because boredom sharpens focus. Focus reveals patterns. Patterns reveal leverage. This is why disciplined individuals see opportunities others miss. Their mind is not cluttered. Now let us address emotional endurance. Endurance is not suppression. It is non-identification. Emotion appears, you notice it, but you do not become it. I feel anger is different from I am angry. This distance is crucial. It prevents fusion. Fusion creates loss of control. The unavailable individual maintains separation, always. Now consider why silence unsettles people. Silence removes feedback. Without feedback, people doubt themselves. They begin to talk more, explain more, reveal more. The disciplined mind listens. Information accumulates. Advantage grows. Silence is an amplifier. Now let us talk about social hierarchy. Hierarchy is not decided by force. It is decided by who adjusts to whom. If you adjust emotionally, you move down. If others adjust to your pace, you move up. The unavailable individual sets pace. Slow, deliberate, unrushed. Others follow. This is why leadership emerges naturally around calm individuals. They regulate the environment. Now consider long-term psychological dominance. Not over others, but over circumstance. Circumstances lose power when reaction disappears. Chaos feeds on response. Without response, it fades. This is why Stoic calm is not passive. It is anti-chaos. Now let us speak about internal alignment. Alignment means your actions match your values even when no one is watching. This creates an internal spine, a structure. Structure eliminates inner conflict. Inner conflict is exhausting. When conflict disappears, energy returns. Returned energy fuels consistency. Consistency fuels progress. Now let us address why people fear becoming unavailable. They fear rejection. They fear isolation. They fear losing relevance. But relevance gained through availability is fragile. Relevance gained through structure is durable. The unavailable individual may be less visible, but when visible, he is remembered. Now understand this clearly. Being unavailable does not shrink your world. It filters it. Low-quality interactions disappear. High-quality ones remain. This is refinement, not withdrawal. Now let us consider mental sovereignty. Sovereignty means self-rule, not self-control alone, but self-direction. You choose what deserves attention, what deserves emotion, what deserves response. Choice restores dignity. Most people live reactively. Reactive living is dependency. Dependency is weakness. The unavailable mind exits dependency. As this final section settles, absorb this truth. Your nervous system is the gatekeeper of your life. If it is overstimulated, you are owned. If it is regulated, you are free. Regulation is discipline. Discipline is freedom. And freedom is quiet. You are not meant to be accessible at all times. You are meant to be effective. Effectiveness requires distance. Distance creates clarity. Clarity creates authority. You do not need to announce boundaries. Live them. You do not need to prove strength. Demonstrate consistency. The world will continue to test you. Let it. Each moment you remain unmoved, your position solidifies. Eventually, you will notice. The noise no longer reaches you. The pressure no longer bends you. The chaos no longer invites you. You are no longer unavailable by strategy. You are unavailable by nature. And at that point, nothing external can interfere with your direction. There is a moment when discipline stops being something you practice and becomes something you inhabit. At this point, effort disappears. You are no longer forcing restraint. You are no longer reminding yourself to pause. You are no longer trying to be unavailable. You simply operate from a different internal temperature, cool, stable, unmoved. This is where the real separation happens. Most people never reach this stage because they confuse discipline with suppression. Suppression is violent. Discipline is structural. Suppression says, I must not feel this. Discipline says, I feel this and it changes nothing. That difference is everything. Now let us speak about emotional gravity. Every human being emits emotional gravity. Some pull chaos toward them, some pull stability. The unavailable mind emits stability. This stabilizes environments automatically. Rooms calm down when you enter. Conversations slow. Tension dissolves. Not because you do anything, but because your nervous system is regulated. Most people underestimate how contagious regulation is. Chaos spreads fast, but calm spreads deeper. Now let us examine why chaos seeks you. Chaos is attracted to instability. People who react emotionally invite emotional interaction. People who are calm repel unnecessary engagement. The unavailable individual is not interesting to chaos. Chaos needs reaction. Without it, it starves. Now let us speak about internal pacing. Most people live fast internally even when they appear calm externally. Their thoughts race, their anticipation spikes, their internal clock is unstable. The unavailable mind slows the internal clock, not lazily, deliberately. Internal slowness allows better perception, cleaner judgment, precise action. Precision replaces intensity, and precision always wins. Now consider why people burn out even when successful. Because success without internal structure creates pressure without containment. The unavailable individual contains success. He does not let achievement destabilize him. Praise does not inflate him. Failure does not collapse him. This creates something rare: emotional neutrality toward outcome. Outcome neutrality is power. Now let us talk about ego exhaustion. Ego is constantly working, protecting image, managing perception, defending narrative. This is exhausting. The unavailable mind drops the narrative. No story to protect, no image to maintain, only action. Action without narrative is clean. Clean action conserves energy. This is why disciplined individuals often appear simple. Simplicity is the byproduct of resolved complexity. Now let us examine why most people overthink. Because they do not trust themselves. Thinking becomes insurance. The unavailable mind trusts alignment. When values are clear, thinking reduces. Clarity eliminates indecision. Indecision is the main source of anxiety. Now let us speak about internal approval. Approval seeking never ends. There is always another audience, another metric, another comparison. The unavailable individual exits this loop. He becomes his own witness. When no one is watching, he still acts with precision. This builds something external approval never can: self-respect. Self-respect stabilizes identity. Stable identity resists manipulation. Now consider how people try to pull you back. When you become unavailable, some people feel threatened. Not because you changed, but because they lost access. They provoke, they guilt, they demand explanation. This is a test. Do not explain. Explanation reopens access. The unavailable individual lets discomfort exist. Discomfort educates others. Now, let us talk about non-reactive boundaries. Boundaries enforced emotionally invite conflict. Boundaries enforced calmly end discussion. Tone matters more than words. Calm tone signals finality. Now let us examine why silence feels powerful. Because silence refuses to validate illusion. Illusion needs acknowledgement to survive. Drama collapses in silence. Manipulation loses timing. Pressure dissolves. Silence is not absence. It is containment. Now let us speak about containment of desire. Desire is not dangerous. Uncontained desire is. The unavailable mind allows desire without being driven by it. This creates patience. Patience increases quality of choice. Now consider why impulsive people lose. Impulse trades future leverage for present relief. The unavailable mind tolerates discomfort. Discomfort becomes irrelevant. This tolerance compounds into dominance. Now let us examine the relationship between discipline and freedom. Most people think discipline restricts freedom. It does the opposite. Discipline removes internal chaos. Chaos is the true prison. When internal chaos disappears, choice expands. Freedom is not doing what you want. Freedom is not being compelled. The unavailable mind is not compelled. Now let us talk about psychological independence. Independence does not mean isolation. It means non-reliance. You can connect without dependency, care without attachment, engage without surrender. This is emotional adulthood. Now consider how time feels to disciplined individuals. Time slows, moments stretch, presence deepens. This is not imagination, it is neurological. A regulated nervous system perceives time differently. More time equals more clarity. More clarity equals more control. Now let us speak about long-form thinking. Short-term thinkers react. Long-term thinkers position. The unavailable mind positions. Positioning happens quietly, without announcements, without urgency. This is why results often surprise others. They did not see the work. Now let us address why people fear losing intensity. They confuse intensity with meaning. Meaning does not require intensity. It requires direction. Calm direction outperforms frantic effort. Now let us examine inner posture during adversity. Adversity tests identity. Reactive minds ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Unavailable minds ask, "How do I move through this?" One collapses, one adapts. Adaptation is strength. Now let us speak about self-command. Self-command is the ability to issue instructions to yourself and follow them. No negotiation, no delay. This is rare. Most people cannot command themselves, so they attempt to control others. The unavailable individual needs no external control. Now consider why people respect discipline intuitively. Because discipline signals safety, predictability, stability. People relax around those who are internally ordered. This creates influence without effort. Now let us talk about emotional surplus. Most people live in deficit, too much reaction, too little recovery. The unavailable mind builds surplus. Energy remains after interaction. Surplus fuels creativity. Creativity fuels innovation. Now let us examine why solitude sharpens intellect. Because intellect needs uninterrupted space. Constant interaction fragments thought. The unavailable mind creates intellectual depth. Depth produces original insight. Original insight produces leadership. Now we arrive at the final realization. The unavailable mind is not escaping life. It is meeting life at full strength. No flinch, no collapse, no chase. Life happens. You respond. You are not meant to be reachable at all times. You are meant to be centered at all times. Centered people are hard to move, hard to manipulate, hard to replace. Once you reach this state, you stop asking how to protect your peace. Peace becomes your default. The world continues. You remain aligned, and alignment is the highest form of power.